Hi everyone, Anthony Morgan's Training Academy. Today, talking about knives. Now everyone thinks that just because you carry a knife that you're going to use that knife for self-defense or sticking somebody or cutting somebody. Not always the case. And when I say case, I'm talking about case or sheath, okay? This could be a case, could be a sheath, it could be a scabbard, depending on where and who you associate with. Some guys just call these scabbards, some guys call them sheaths. But it is a case to put the blade in, okay? So when you say, okay, you gotta pull the knife to cut someone, it's not always about cutting someone. So it's like with this knife in the scabbard. Now, this one has a clip on it, which makes it really nice. I can clip it in my shirt, I can clip it in my pocket, and the knife still comes out really easily. Now, if I don't choose to pull the knife to cut somebody, maybe you're a little squirmish, and you don't like the sight of blood. Well, you don't have to cut that person, okay? And I say you don't have to cut them. Just because you're carrying, this is a fang, okay? Not a bad little knife. You know, it's made by TRS, you know. Not a bad little knife. Does have a clip on it. Now, when you talk about the scabbard, now, if I pull this, if this is in my pocket, which is where I would carry it, if I hit you with this scabbard, sheath, case, whatever you want to call it, if I hit you with this in the face, in the chest, in the hand, in the arm, this is going to do substantial damage. See that little tip right there on that scabbard? That is going to do a lot of damage. Now, I could pull the blade. Yeah, I could cut you up. Okay, I could thrust you, I could stick, I could slash, I could thrust, and I could move all these positions. But what if I don't know all that stuff? Okay, what if I'm just carrying this and I go, okay, well, I've got a knife. Okay, it is my option if I go one here and I hit you with that, and you say, wow, that really hurt. At any time, I can pull that blade, and I still have the sheath here, okay? But I can hit you with the sheath, pull the knife, and, you know, still make a really valuable weapon. Okay, yeah, ambulance just went by. My store's right on the storefront here, so I got all kinds of noises going on. People walking in while I'm trying to shoot videos and stuff, and then I'm still trying to carry on conversation. So, but anyway, ambulance. So back to where I was. This little knife is not bad. I mean, it does have a little lanyard on it, you know, so you can hook your finger in it so you don't lose the knife. You know, if I want to get more reach, I can get more reach. But the whole point about the scabbard, this is like a G10 polymer type scabbard. It's going to be very functional when I hit somebody with it. Now, I can do a snap with it, and but the scabbard may come off. So if I'm snapping this blade, okay, and hitting you, I can get a good cut. I don't know if I would snap it with the scabbard, because the scabbard might fly off and then I don't have the scabbard. So, but it's really good for driving in somebody's arm, their chest, their head, and you're not going to cut them. Okay, you'll probably break the skin, and it's going to probably hurt really, really bad. I train with my guys in here all the time, and every single week I have little marks on my arms from the wooden training knives we use. So, like I said, with this clip right here, the clip is really good for driving. Okay, and so not that you're going to do any good with it, but it's it does stick out. See, somebody else just walked in and saw that I was shooting a video and decided to turn around and leave. So, scabbard, okay, very good. Now, the next one is, this is a little Kershaw, okay, a little tiny blade, pretty legal most everywhere. Not a lot of, you know, not a lot of grip there, but it's good enough, okay. One you can carry in your pocket really well. It does have a little place for a lanyard there. It's got a really cool thing here for opening bottles. You know why? I don't know. How many bottles do you have that you have to open like this anymore. Most of them are screw-on tops. But so not bad. A little blade comes out. These are two knives that just came into my shop, so I'm kind of just talking about them and talking a little bit about self-defense. Everything that comes in my store, I always have to have a mental take on it. Is it good for self-defense, or is it a utility knife? What are you going to use it for? Why are you going to use it? And so every knife that comes in here, I look at it on that purpose. This is a more or less something that you could carry around. It's got a really nice clip, really strong little clip. But that little lanyard makes it really nice for hitting. I don't have a lot of purchase on this, so purchase, you know, how much I can grip it. But if the blade is open, okay, I can get pretty good purchase on that. Now, would I use this for self-defense? If was absolutely necessary and I didn't have another 5 knives carrying on me. Okay, I carry a belt buckle knife, I carry a Kershaw here, and I carry a neck knife. That probably serves good enough for me. When I have my side bag on, I always have you know, 3 or 4 in my side bag, mainly because I use them all the time. It's not for self-defense. It's for doing what I do and not having to worry about, do I have a knife or not? Okay, so, but anyway, back to this little tiny one. Not a bad little knife. It is a Kershaw, and you know, it looks like it's got a 2-inch blade, and it's got a black blade so you don't see it at night. Yeah. Guys go, yeah, I want the blade black so I can't see it at night. Well, if you're flashing your blade at night and somebody can see the reflection, you probably need to go back and learn more about knife fighting. Okay, because in the Filipino system, the knives are to be felt and not seen. So if you have a shiny blade and you're out there doing this, why? Why? So yeah, I want a black blade so it can't be seen at night. Okay, well, why are you flashing your blade at night anyway? You know. So anyway, Kershaw, great little knife. Just came in, and it's got a little bit of jipping on the back there. Cool little knife. Looks like it's got G10 handles, and you know, opens up pretty nice. I had to put some oil on it. But anyway, those two just came in today, and like I said, so just a little self-defense tip on them. You know, keep it in a scabbard. If you have a weak stomach and you don't like the blood, just hit them. But no guarantee that they're not going to bleed. Okay, but comparative to sticking this in somebody, I don't always recommend it because every day they look at that knife cut or they experience that knife cut, they're going to think about you, or they're going to think about me. So I try to save face anytime I can. You know, I don't want to be, you know, messing somebody's face up so the rest of their life they're looking in the mirror and then they hate me. So anyway, a fang, not bad. It's got a little drop point on it. Nice sheath, locks in good. Okay, you could use it as a neck knife. And then the little Kershaw. Okay, so thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate the comments. I don't always answer everything, but I do appreciate everything that comes in. We're all learning. Okay, I'm a forever student. I train every day. I like learning new stuff all the time, and I'm constantly trying to grow with everything that I'm doing, not only financially, but self-defense wise, physically wise. We can always be in better shape, and you know, like I said, learn something new every day, and whatever you do with your hands, do it with the best of your ability. Thank you, and I'll see you guys on the next video.